Morning, Internet. Welcome to Wednesday. Hope your week is going well. Today we wanted to have a little video or make a little video sort of that is tangentially related to code itself, but is, I think, definitely related to LTC learning to code. So today we want to talk about sort of one of the three, I think, phenomena that you can have when you're working with another person in the space of learning to code. At least given sort of that you're both interested in becoming technical. So I think there are three phenomena. You can, when you're working one-on-one with someone, you can either work with someone who's at a more advanced level than you, sort of better than you, technically speaking. Someone who's at a similar or the same level, or someone who is at a lower level. And I found sort of personally as an introvert, there can be moments where it's challenging to work with someone else, or it can be challenging sort of just in terms of like maintaining my energy levels or communication, which I'm not sure is actually directly related to introversion or extroversion, but that's a separate story. But I've sort of been thinking about the three different phenomenon: better, similar, or lower level than yourself. I guess it would be higher level, similar level, or a lower level. And we might make videos on sort of one of each of these aspects, but I wanted to sort of focus on the second aspect, so similar level. More specifically, I wanted to focus in on how, like, I think my own individual tendency is to want to sort things out in my head first before I go and ask for help or go and get an outside opinion. I sort of hesitate sometimes to bring people in, whether I'm struggling or whether it's sort of early stage. I have a very sort of high internal threshold for like acceptance, or sort of like, it's not necessarily perfectionism per se, but like if I don't think it's great, I'm maybe not inclined to show it to someone else. And if like I don't understand something in a number of contexts, I won't immediately ask for help. So when we come back to the point that we started off on this morning of having the ability to, or the opportunity to, work one-on-one with a variety of people who could be at one of three levels: better than you, similar to you, or lower than you. I won't make the correction again, but you maybe get the context: higher, similar, or lower. I guess I just did make the correction. But in any case, like, I'm on a project team with three other people that I really respect in the context of my boot camp. And I've noticed, even in the early days of the boot camp, that there's one person in particular in the program who happens to also be on my project team, who I jive really well with. And I've sort of started thinking about it and sort of why it's such a pleasant experience. And in some ways, I think it's because, like, if you take the aspect of learning to code and sort of the tangential things, I think at a technical level, and sort of if you were to take all of the skills of being technical and learning to code and you were to average them out, I think our average or weighted average or simple average are sort of the same. But the areas where each of us have natural interests or natural skills, or just more profound expertise with, say, like HTML versus CSS versus JavaScript versus like data structuring and database architecture versus like research versus memory recall versus reference materials. I'm not sure how you would sort of codify or create a taxonomy of all the different things for learning to code, although I'm very interested in thinking about how to do that, just personal reasons as well as this project. But in any case, there's a variety of skills, I think, that you can have that sort of lend themselves to learning to code. Some of those skills are explicitly technical, and I've sort of noticed that in working with this other human on my team, it's a very complementary relationship, and it's, in some ways, it's a little cliche, right? But it's like, in working together or learning together, again with the two other people, but particularly this one person, It's very, it's like 1 + 1 = 3. It's very net positive, or it's very, it's almost like an exponential or multiplicative effect of working together. When I'm stuck, he can very quickly deblock me, and vice versa. We've started implementing sort of work strategies on our team. Like we've started doing the Pomodoro method, which I had tried several times on my own, and with little success. But with him, it's sort of like a game. So that's super enjoyable. And then just other things like taking ownership, I think, on the team between the 4 team members has been really great. But taking ownership and sort of having a lead person that you would go to is really nice. And he's sort of that lead person that I go to. We sit right next to each other. So I think we could go on and on about this, and maybe we'll make another video explicitly about the middle element of at a similar level between 2 people learning to become or becoming more technical. But today I think we'll sort of try to stop it here. I've gotten feedback that some of our videos are long, and I can't disagree with that. So in summary, this video was sort of just commenting on when learning to code, there are 3 phenomena. Sort of when working with someone else, someone can have a higher technical level, similar technical level, or lower technical level. We wanted to focus in on this video on the middle one at a similar technical level. We sort of discussed one of my personal experiences with that, and added a little bit of commentary on how, my natural tendency is to want to work alone, or to wait before bringing in other people. But I find like working with someone at a similar level, there's some level of magic to it, and it's just been a really, really great experience. So I would encourage all of you introverts out there to keep looking for people you can work with, and when you do find 1 or 2 good ones, like really double down on that. So we would love to know about sort of your experience with working with others, and whether or not you have opinions on sort of the categorization of higher level, middle level, similar level, or lower level. Maybe we're just making up a taxonomy. If we are, feel free to call us out on it. And we would just love to hear your individual stories and experiences, particularly related to this video topic, but just more broadly in general. As is the case in each of our videos, or almost every one, we warmly and voraciously solicit your feedback, what we can do better, what we're doing well. Really, any feedback you want to provide will be much appreciated, particularly if you provide it in a constructive way, but no pressure. And lastly, just thanks for taking the time to watch this video. We super enjoy engaging with the audience, and with you in particular. So hopefully we'll see you again later this week, later today. But in either case, I just hope you have a fabulous, fantastic, wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, that kind of stuff. Okay, we are going to go to class. Ooh, 9 minutes. Not great. Okay. Well, anyway, it's been real, or it's been digital. One of the two, but we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.